interesting. Mandeep, what was your initial take on this? How seriously do you take this offer?
I mean, look, Elon Musk has a foundational model company. So xAI is a company that is a competitor to OpenAI and, Meta and Gemini, so all these foundational models. And what DeepSeek moment has showed us is everyone is focused on, reasoning models, which is what OpenAI Owen is, and everyone is fixated on, lowering the cost. So our view is there will be more consolidation, but I didn't anticipate this form of consolidation where you end up seeing a hostile bid, where clearly, I think, given Microsoft's stake in OpenAI, there's no way you could see a deal like this happening.
Okay, so that's an important point here because Microsoft owns 49% of OpenAI. They're basically the controlling shareholder. They've not said anything about this at all in response to this unsolicited offer. Sam Altman did say, no, thank you, but we will buy Twitter for $9.74 billion if you want, so kind of trolling him back. If Microsoft were to say something, what would it say here?
Well, I think the relationship between Altman and Microsoft hasn't been very good either. And there have been concerns about OpenAI triggering an AGI clause, and that would potentially be an end to, the profits that OpenAI has to give to Microsoft. So there are a lot of legal complications when it comes to the OpenAI-Microsoft relationship. But the fact is, Microsoft does have a 49% stake in the company. Even though they don't have a board seat, they still will call the shots. So they haven't said anything on Twitter, but I would be very surprised if they were even open to entertaining,
And they're all in on OpenAI. I mean, this is it. This is their bet on AI. What do you make of the investors that Elon Musk has gathered here to make this bid? Valor Equity Partners, Baron Capital, Atreides Management, Vi Capital, 8VC, Ari Emanuel, Palantir co-founder Joe Lonsdale. That's a serious group of investors.
And a lot of these are investors in xAI. So that's the common thread. Elon wants xAI to be the foundational model that everyone uses for AGI or deploying generative AI. So from that perspective, it makes sense that they really want to double down and kind of make that connection with OpenAI in some way. But I still don't see a way where this form of deal would go through.
And xAI, just to be clear, is a lot smaller than OpenAI as well. So we're talking about a minnow buying a shark.
Well, I mean, xAI did have their own private funding round, and they raised $6 billion, I think, recently. So clearly, with foundational models, the race is narrowing. Now you're talking about 5 or 6 foundational model companies: Anthropic, Meta, Gemini, xAI, OpenAI. So. And then the Chinese one. So clearly that race is narrowing, but you need a lot of capital to keep training your models. And if you're not going to see, DeepSeek or that sort of moment where you have the adoption and the kind of the consumers using your product, then it becomes hard to sustain, the billion-dollar investments when it comes to training these models.
Very quickly, is this good news or bad news for Meta?
Well, I think the good thing for Meta and Google is they own their own destiny when it comes to the CapEx and also their own applications where they deploy these.